How's it going, folks? Mark, Todd, how are you, Todd?
I'm good, man. I'm excited about this one.
I know. So we're doing a Friday night reaction video.
Yep.
I chose one. It's going to be a little bit more somber.
Okay.
I mean, we have to have those conversations sometimes, I feel like.
Yeah.
So what we're going to watch tonight is Halestorm's new video for Terrible Things featuring Ashley McBryde. Now, this comes off of their Back from the Dead album. I think it came out last year.
Okay.
But it was essentially the first album they put out after COVID.
Yeah.
Lizzie had said that, number one, going through the election of 2016, then going through a lot of the LGBTQ stuff that had been started to get pulled back, and then going through COVID, she said had been really traumatic for her and the band and just her in general.
Sure.
And so that album is probably one of the most angry albums by them I think I've ever heard.
Got it.
One of the songs on there is called Terrible Things, and I didn't know that they were going to do a music video to this one. And this is actually a good bit of time from the album to do a video, but this song is kind of a gut punch.
Got it.
And lyrically, I think you're going to find it interesting. The way she performs it, I think you'll find it interesting. And I haven't watched the entire video, but it looks to be something really special.
And you know the song.
I know the song.
Okay.
So I haven't watched the video all the way through. So it's tradition around here, folks, to have a beverage with our Friday night reaction video. And Todd, I think we'll probably need it tonight.
Okay.
Dude,
you got me nervous about what to expect here.
I
Just
think
being up front with folks, like when I come over to Mark's house and he's got a string of videos ready.
Yeah.
Some of them I'm familiar with. Some I'm not, and
Right.
this one, just to let folks know, right before we went on, he goes, this one's kind of heavy. So
it's kind of heavy.
I'm ready.
Okay, good. So tonight, folks, I'm going with a Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA, and this son of a bitch is 17% alcohol.
Oh, man.
So I'm really going for it. There you go. What do you got?
All right, I got this Doppelbock here, finest Bavarian double Bock. Who is this?
I'm not familiar with it. This was something that I made a dinner for some folks, and they brought it over.
Celebrator.
Yep, there we go.
I'm up for it.
Pop the top.
Let's do it. And I love Halestorm, so let's do it.
Cheers. Cheers, folks. Halestorm, Terrible Things, featuring Ashley McBryde.
We are human, we are violent. We learn our lessons, then defy them. We are heartless and immoral. We carry hatred like a Bible. And there's a hole in my life, there's a blackness inside that's eating me alive, leaving me to decide. Do I live with this pain as the rain starts to fall from my eyes, asking myself why?
Okay, a couple of things.
Go ahead.
One, what do you take the lyric to mean? We carry hatred like a Bible. I know that she has some history with the church.
Yeah.
And a difficult past growing up.
Now, the interesting thing about Lizzie is that apparently her parents and stuff were extremely supportive.
Uh-huh.
So she has written about her parents before, about how they provided her with support that she feels like that other girls don't have and need to have. So her song, Dear Daughter, Lottie and I watched and reacted to that there.
Okay.
Dear Daughter is kind of about that.
Okay.
Where she realized that she had an upbringing that a lot of folks did not have. So from my understanding, her parents are very supportive. But society was not.
Sure.
And neither was the religion that she was supposed to be involved in.
Interesting.
So when I read that line, we carry hatred like a Bible, it's obviously not positive towards organized religion.
Sure.
And in fact, she's got a song, Wicked Ways, that takes place in a confessional.
Yep.
Where she's essentially screaming.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a heavy line.
Okay. The other thing I was going to say is anytime I see in a video or in film someone sweeping up,
Yeah.
I just think of the metaphor of cleaning up a mess.
Yeah.
This is maybe a mental mess or some kind of difficulty emotionally.
Metaphorical about something that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see
Yeah,
where
I
it
agree.
goes.
And I love the way she's vocalizing this. So we've watched a lot of Lizzie, and she has a huge range, but it feels really reserved, really, really sad.
Yeah, controlled, somber.
Really controlled and somber for her.
Yeah.
I see terrible things. I see a sickness in a world on its knees. It will take what you love like a thief. But in my dreams I believe we're not these terrible things. Terrible things.
So I love the way she structures the chorus here.
Yeah.
Just from a lyrical perspective. So we start with, I see terrible things, but then the last line is, but in my dreams I believe we're not these terrible things.
Yeah, that reminds me of when you and I have talked about 72 Seasons, the most recent Metallica record,
Yeah.
and talking about how Hetfield has a propensity towards darkness and towards negativity in
Yeah.
lyrics in the past,
Right.
but that this record seems much more hopeful than previous records.
Yes.
And this when you pulled this video up and I see the title is Terrible Things, I assume it's a negative, sad thing. But she does this moment here that you're mentioning.
There's a turn.
In the chorus where it's terrible things, but then this little angelic kind of
I believe we're not them.
right.
It's beautiful.
And
But
the
she-
vocalization between terrible things is sort of like a heartening vocalization
Because
as
she-
opposed to disheartening.
Because she warbles up to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
So
right.
we'll go back and listen to that because I do think that chorus is just beautiful.
Believe we're not these. I see a sickness in a world on its knees. It will take what you love like a thief. But in my dreams I believe we're not these terrible things. Terrible things.
That's meant to be a comforting sound.
It does feel comforting.
It's a lullaby.
And I love the way that her vocalizations are following the beat there, but
Yeah.
it's not, I can't remember what that's called, in locations or something in music theory.
Okay.
But essentially she's making noises that aren't like words, but voice syllables to follow along with the beat.
Right. There's no denotation, but it has
Meaning.
meaning in its emotional
Yes,
resonance.
emotional meaning.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
We are nothing without failure, but we've chosen ill behavior. With every scar we have learned not to heal but to hurt. We've become something else, even I cannot tell just why.
That's a fucking heavy verse.
Yeah.
We are nothing without failure, but we've chosen ill behavior. With every scar we've learned not to heal, but to hurt.
And then the narrative of the video, which is a little separate, right? There's kind of two things going on.
Yeah.
There's like a thief,
Yes.
or someone stealing something.
Yes.
It's sort of a
Being chased from location to location.
supplemental kind of poisonous element
Yeah.
to the story.
Terrible things.
Well, someone who clearly doesn't have a home.
Right.
I see a sickness in a world on its knees. It'll take what you love like a thief. But in my dreams I believe we're not these terrible things. Terrible things.
Now, the thing that strikes me earlier, you mentioned like the religious aspect of it.
Yeah.
But to me, that is almost elegiac.
Like a psalm or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels religious in its origin,
Yeah.
but not in the way she's using it.
And I'm having trouble now as I'm experiencing this song for the first time. I thought in our initial discussion that I should maybe read this as something that's looking toward good things. But now that I see the lyric again in the chorus, I believe in my dreams. In my dreams is not a reality.
No.
It's a fantasy.
Yes.
So is she possibly... I have to watch the rest and listen to the rest. But all of a sudden now I'm thinking maybe this is pessimistic as opposed to optimistic, saying, you know, in an ideal world, not the real one,
so
in an ideal world, we would be better.
So you're using dreams as something unattainable.
Yeah, a fantasy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
If I fall, if I fall, if I run, that's when I will become terrible things.
Now that little bridge, and we were kind of talking over, so I may back it up a little bit, Todd, if that's okay.
Sure.
So this little bridge is where they say, if I fall, 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 that's when I will become terrible things.
Interesting.
All things if I fall, if I fall, if I run, that's when I will become terrible things.
So I'm wondering if, in the lyrically,
Yeah.
if they're positing that people falling to terrible things is the result of a society falling apart.
Well, that seems to be the narrative of the video. That
Right.
You're sort of subject to things that are happening around you.
Right, that you're just reactive.
Yeah.
And the bad things that are happening that you are perpetrating are simply a result of the bad things that have been foisted upon you.
Right. Yeah, I see a sickness in a world on its knees. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say,
And that sickness is infectious.
right. Okay.
I see terrible things. I see a sickness in a world on its knees. It will take what you love like I think. But in my dreams I believe when I dance. Look at me and you'll see I'm not these terrible things. Terrible things.
That's what I was waiting for.
Is it hopeful?
Yeah, I mean, I think the beauty of this song is the nuance behind the idea that there is reason to despair,
Yeah.
but there is also always a need to try to hope.
Yes.
And I was waiting to see where they ended it.
Yeah.
And they ended with just a glimpse. We don't get to see what that woman sees, but we do see the light and we do see a little smile, which is an indication of hope. But I think that that's the whole, it seems to me to be the whole purpose of the song is that, like, shit's pretty bad,
Yeah.
but you can't, like, deny hopeful moments.
Now, see, here's going to be the disparity between you and I.
Okay.
How many years are there between us? Like 4?
4, yeah.
And that doesn't seem a lot now in our 40s.
Right.
But like when Gen X was happening, that was a lot.
Sure.
So when I watch this,
I'm an elder millennial.
right, when I watch this,
Yeah.
my first reaction is that's the moment of clarity when realizing I'm going to end it.
Oh, that's the moment of death?
So we see her standing on the trestle of a bridge.
Oh, free of burden.
So like when you read about suicidal ideation and all that type of stuff, one of the things you read about is that oftentimes when the decision is made that is what's going to happen, there's a moment of elation and clarity.
Oh.
And so the Gen Xer in me sees
But what do we know?
that.
But what do we know from this songwriter?
That's true.
She is a hopeful person.
That's true.
In what we have seen from her previous texts.
That's true. But what's the intentional fallacy?
I know. It doesn't matter what the author's going for, but I care what the author's going for in this situation because I want to read it right. All right.
I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Yeah.
Because to me, I love the fact that you came away, and I wasn't going to prompt you. I wanted to hear exactly what you were going to say.
Yep.
But my reaction to this was, she decided it's not worth it.
My takeaway is, as an optimistic person, is that when things get hard, it's awfully hard to be optimistic. And so don't pretend the bad, sad things aren't there. Allow them to be a part of who you are.
Right.
And actually let your sponge soak them up. Live in it.
Yes.
But squeeze the sponge out when it's time.
I think that's way healthier than how I view things.
And I think that this video was doing that. It was saying it's okay to talk about terrible things. It's okay to talk about sad things.
Yes.
Because they're real. But when you're done washing the dishes, you squeeze the sponge out, don't you?
You clean it. And if your reading holds true, then this song is very similar to Screaming Suicide.
Yes.
By Mateo, and I reacted that over here, which at the end does have a hopeful turn to it.
Right.
Where the protagonist basically washes himself free of those suicidal ideation thoughts.
I'm not going to let the idea live in my brain. I'm going to say it out loud so I can spit it out.
And move forward.
Yes.
I hope that's the case. Well, folks, let us know in the comments what you think about this one. Todd, did you like the song video?
It's a big one.
Yeah.
It gave me all the feels.
Yeah.
Beautifully sung, beautifully played. I was waiting, because it's them, I was waiting for a big hard rock moment.
Never came.
They didn't give it to us.
No.
It kept somber all the way through, but I think that was true to the theme and true to the content.
I think so too.
Beautiful song.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
I was actually worried. I didn't know if you would.
No, I thought it was beautiful.
Good.
And I found a hopeful ending there.
Good. Well, I'm glad you did. All right, folks. Well, you tell us what you think about the ending of this one. We would love to hear your comments. Make sure that if in any way you feel like you need to reach out, we're just a bunch of dumb dicks here on YouTube, but
Yeah.
we love talking to folks. So talk to us.
Right on, man.
All right. Take care of yourselves, folks. We'll see you soon. Hey there, folks. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you check out all of our other content. A lot of the content we create, we can't monetize because we deal with popular culture stuff. So if you would like to support us here at Like Minded Lunatics, you can always become a patron. There's a ton of really cool perks with that. So make sure you go over our Patreon site and check that out. You can also check out our merch store over on Spring. We've got some fun t-shirts and stuff like that. That's also a great way to support the channel. As we go out, let's see if I can't do a little bit of this song. I can't do finger picking, so don't get excited. But we'll see if we can't do the chord progression to this beautiful song. Did what I could.